Okay.
How dare you insult local talents? This 100% homegrown.
Hello everybody, this is me Amin,
This Alex.
and welcome to another episode of
Let's talk about.
It's been so long since we come back to the studio. Obviously, we've been super busy. We're now testing EVs. We're doing battery health check. We're doing EV track days. We're also installing EV chargers. So we want to be involved in the whole ecosystem. And on top of that, we're still doing the thing that we do at shariah.com. And it's been a long time since we started our podcast. There's been a lot of things to talk about. And I've been talking to Alex. It's like, I think we should start this again. And
Something came along and made us want to do this again, right?
yes, the opportunity came and pushed us to the edge. And we go like, okay, let's do it. We have to talk about this because I think a lot of people are talking about it. And I think we have some opinions on this. We've been testing EVs for how many? 3 years already now.
Yeah.
Over 200,000 kilometers covered between you, me, and Chapri. Almost all of the EVs launched in Malaysia we've tested, except for this one. So let's talk about the date first. It is the 4th of December. So we're aiming for this video to be out next week. And we hope people will still be talking about this. I think you guys already have an inkling of what we're going to talk about. Obviously, Perodua just launched their much anticipated EV, the quite oddly named Perodua QV-E. And I think it's unfortunate that the much anticipated launch has been kind of overridden, or it's been of a turmoil, or been of a bit of a mess for Perodua because everybody is talking about the battery leasing program.
Yeah.
So in today's episode, we're going to talk about what is actually this Perodua QV-E, talk about the specs, is it worth it or not, and dive deep into this battery leasing program. So there are two sides of this. Some are saying Perodua is a trendsetter. In the future, all EVs will be doing battery leasing. I completely 100% disagree. So that's one. And then the other one is saying, what is this? Why is it so cumbersome? Why can't they just sell the battery? So is there what problem is Perodua trying to solve? Is it really good for them to do this, or is there a better way for them to do this? Okay, that's about the battery leasing. First, let's talk about the car itself.
Let's start with the name. Yeah.
QV-E. Yes. So what does it stand for? Quest for Vision Electric.
Yeah, Quest for Visionary Electric Vehicle or something like that. So just QV-EV. Yeah.
I don't know why they call it that. I mean, okay, so everybody knows Perodua as a brand, right? And people know Myvi, Alza, Arus.
Before that was Animals, the Kancil, the Canary, Rusa.
Yeah, so there's a lot of... I mean, they talk about being...
there's
another is like local pride and stuff. So the QV-E, they're banking on the local pride, cow.
100% homegrown, not rebadging. They want to emphasize that not rebadging is 100% homegrown, made by the hands of Malaysians for Malaysians.
By the minds of Malaysians, hand sweat of Malaysians. But there's another weird name that's in there. We'll talk about that also. And then finally they come out and they call it QV-E. Why not they call it Myvi, EV, or some... I don't know. They can be creative and call it so many other nice Malaysian names, right?
Yeah. But then again, you look at the recent one, right? Myvi doesn't mean anything, right?
Myvi means my vision.
Oh, is
or
it?
Malaysia's vision.
Okay.
But I don't know. But Myvi is so iconic, so they could write on that. But just by the name alone, it feels to me like there is a disconnect from the Perodua team and the Perodua demographics. It seems to me like they're not matching, or they're not understanding their customers.
Exactly.
Or their fans, or the people who really bank on their brand. And suddenly they come out with this car, the name, number one. Number two is there's only 2 colors available. And oh my God, the price.
Yeah, and also another one, like going back to not understanding the customer base, right? I think that's something I want to really hone on, really look into this, because the demographic of Perodua is like the people's car, right? Building car people first. You talk about affordability, a car that does everything.
First car for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Cars for young people.
Affordable, cheap to run, hassle-free. And this feels like the completely opposite.
Yeah, it's like they're reinventing the wheel and making it square. Okay, before we go into that, we were supposed to talk about the specs. So
Yes.
I have not seen this car in real life. I've seen it in a lot of pictures. I've spoken to Chapri about it. Chapri has driven the car, seen the car. He's driven the car in Sepang. I mean, just by the looks of the car alone and by the pictures I've seen, I don't think it's good looking.
Okay, for me, it's first impression wise, right? Because before that, the expectation. Because before this car was launched, and I think the auto show, we had our opinions about it. When we saw the half car, right? They revealed a few details. Like for example, it will have a acceleration time from 0 to 100 in 7.5 seconds. Like, wow, that's this will be the best, most powerful Perodua ever. And then it will be priced below 80,000 ringgit. We're like, wow. So that kind of performance for less than 80,000 watt, which means that Perodua is looking at performance and you can get it at a very affordable price. And then they talk about battery. Initially, they say 400 kilometers on a single charge. We were impressed as well. But turns out, oh my God, it's quite different from what we expected. I think, before I talk about the price, the specs. Not surprisingly, it has 200 horsepower.
Okay.
201 horsepower.
Claimed.
No, that's on paper.
It's what they claim.
Yeah, of course. Like all the brands. So it's like, wow, you get BOD Dolphin performance for less than 80,000 ringgit. 0-100 in 7.5 seconds. Okay, impressive. And the battery, similar to what they said, 53 kilowatt hour. LIP is from CATL, which they revealed earlier on. But the range though, from this battery, you only get 445 kilometers NEDC range. NEDC. So if WLTP, you're looking at about maybe 350, 370 kilometers around there.
330 if I'm driving.
Yeah, the thing is, going back to the original ethos of Perodua, it's supposed to be a car for everyone, right?
Worry-free,
First,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah. So why you're prioritizing 200 horsepower versus performance versus range?
Yeah.
I would expect in this day and age for that price, right? Perodua will give the most range for your money.
Yes.
Maybe at least 400 kilometers WLTP.
Yes.
You can do 450, even more impressive.
Most range and fastest charging. We haven't talked about the charging.
Yeah, charging.
60 kilowatt DC charging.
Yes. So it comes with single phase 7 kilowatt. Okay, for 80,000 ringgit car, I would say. But DC 60 kilowatt, that's slow for today's.
Crazy.
Yeah, slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, usually people will give chargers. Apparently, when you're buying the Perodua QV-E, you can't get the charger on the spot. Apparently, the charger that they were building is not ready. I don't know, man. I think it's a mess. As a car alone, so let's not even talk about the battery leasing yet. But as a car alone, right, for 80,000 ringgit, would you spend your money? Let's say, assuming that it comes with a battery and you're only paying 80,000 ringgit with the specs that you mentioned just now, and there's only one variant, okay, and only 2 colors. Even the Protein 5 has 2 variants, the premium and the prime. So, would you spend 80,000 ringgit for this car?
With the battery included, I might consider. Because, again, if it's really 80,000 ringgit, right, yes, you get the cheapest car with 200 over horsepower.
But, I mean...
And if you think about, compare this with the EMAS 5, even spec by spec, right? Like I said earlier, you're looking about maybe 370 kilometers WLTP. So, if it's 80,000 ringgit, this is more powerful and has slightly more range than the EMAS 5.
Okay. I'm not trying to be biased. I know we've covered a lot of EMAS products in the past, but I'm trying to be pragmatic and rational about it, right? So interior-wise, 100% the time that you'll be spending the car you're spending inside the car, right? So you want it to be comfortable, plush, and enjoyable. But the EMAS 5 interior is much nicer than the QV-E. I have 2 color options, I think. White and black, if I'm not mistaken.
For interior?
For interior, if I'm not mistaken.
Exterior color, there's 5,
Yes, and then I have 5 exterior colors. Okay, on top of that, I know my acceleration time is 0 to 50 in 3 seconds or whatever it is. On top of that, I have a usable frunk. And if I'm not mistaken, power boot. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there's a power boot for the premium. Yes, it's powered.
Yes, and so I feel like the only downside is maybe power and slightly range. So I would, and it's still cheaper. It's
69.
Less than 80k. So is there another 80k EV? Maybe
if you're talking about the I think if you talk about the pre-reg or special rebates, I think for 80K, right, you can get stuff like, for example, the MG4. MG4, I think standard. That has WLTP of 350 kilometers, quite close. And then it's also quite powerful as well. And then not forgetting that the BYD Atto 2. So that one, when it launched, it's 100,000 ringgit. But reality, if you know your way around, you can get it less than 90K. So that one comes with, okay. Of course, performance not as good as the Perodua EV because that has 130 kilowatts, about 170 horsepower. Range is 410 kilometer NEDC, still shorter than the QVE. So that's why on specs alone, if 80K really with battery, right, it is good value for money in terms of the specs it offers.
Okay,
no doubt.
but okay, so if you're going 5 years or 9 years, another 20K on top of your loan, like 100K. Let's say we're touching 100K, right?
Then there's a whole different discussion.
Let's say we're touching. So let's say I'm saying let's say if I still have 80K and if I really need to push, okay lah, I'll put another 20 on my loan. I'll pay a bit more across the 5, 7, 9 years. Then I have
a lot of options, man.
I have the Proton EMAS 7.
Yeah, you can get Proton EMAS 7. You can get the BYD CL6 Premium, which I would say is good value for money.
Driven the car, long range.
Yeah.
And it surprised you.
Yeah, it surprised me. I mean, you have all the kits. You can go the distance. I drove it from KL to Penang on a single charge, no issues. Coming back, I drove from Penang, stopped in Ipoh for lunch, and come down in KL on a single charge, no issue.
Faster charging,
can do 100 kilowatts. Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think before we talk about 100K, right? Let's go back to reality. This car for Proton QV-E is 80,000 ringgit without the battery, and it requires a leasing of 275 ringgit a month on a contract of 9 years. And if you include the SST, so the battery alone over 9 years is 32,000 ringgit. So in total, this car it will cost at least 112,000 ringgit.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you have to pay the deposits, right? So when you buy a car on loan, you have to pay 10% car deposit. Then there is also, because Perodua is leasing the battery, there is a battery leasing deposit of
3 months advance.
So for this car, you have to pay almost 10,000, 11,000.
8 plus 9, or maybe 9,000, almost 10,000.
Almost 10,000.
Yeah.
On the deposit.
Yeah.
For people who are buying Perodua, this is unheard of. I know maybe some of our viewers will say, "Oh, some people buy Perodua cash."
Okay, here's the thing. So when you think about Perodua, you think about cheap and good, affordable, go-getter, and then you have loads of space, worry-free. But this, and so before this car was announced, people were expecting, this Perodua will do better than the Proton EMAS 5 because Perodua is
cheaper.
It's going to be cheaper. Perodua is
Easy
thinking
to
about
buy.
the layman, the most affordable EV. But this, I would say, looking at the price, the spec, this is not an EV for B40s. This is actually quite a premium product in terms of pricing and specs. So I would say the minimum is at least middle income people.
Okay, so it's funny that you brought that up. So when Chapri went to the Perodua test in Sepang, I think a lot of people asked this question, what was the target? I think even Chapri asked the question. So Perodua said, the CEO of Perodua said, we're targeting the M40 and the T20s. Okay, so if I'm T20, I'm T20, I have money, right? Would I spend 100K on a Perodua?
I wouldn't. So like for me as well, like the reason why people buy Perodua is it's a good starter car. You're looking for the first car, your choice is either the Saga or the BaaS or the
Saga is also now better than the BaaS.
Yeah, okay, that's a whole discussion altogether. But essentially, Perodua is aiming for the first car buyers who just started a job, fresh grads.
Like a no-brainer. It's like the Air Asia of cars, right?
Yep.
Remember back then when Air Asia, people want cheap flights, they didn't even compare prices. They go like, Air Asia automatic is cheap.
Yeah, it gets me there, job done, no problem.
But now it's no longer that. So when you start comparing prices, you can see Malaysia Airlines is cheaper.
Yeah.
So Perodua is kind of like in this Air Asia zone where people don't compare the cars. They just think, Perodua will be cheap and good, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And with the EV, it seems like they're missing the point. They're missing the point by like a whole planet.
Yeah, so a lot of people were disappointed. Like, what? 80,000 so expensive. So some people actually believe that this will be a more value for money product than a Proton EMAS 5. And turns out it's not. And like we said, right? Like for example, if you think about affordability, as the only EV in town, right? As the only EV you have in the garage, right? you expect it to have more range because EMAS 5 look at the specs 325. People say cannot go long distance like this for CD car.
Yeah.
It's good for a CD drive only as a second car.
Yeah.
So people expect Perodua to do better than EMAS 5. Then okay, maybe you can expect BYD Atto 3 kind of specs or EMAS 7 specs for the price of EMAS 5.
Yeah.
That was the expectation, but turns out it's not.
Well, if you put like the Perodua QV, if you draw like a matrix, right, of like, okay, cheap and not so good in terms of range, cheap and good in terms of like specs, and I don't know where to put the QVE because you have the Atto 2, you have the EMAS 5, you have the EMAS 7 within that matrix because if you look at 100K and 100K and maybe 60K, right?
Yeah.
So you have so many other options in that universe that I don't know where to put this. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, my point is, did the Perodua people actually look at the market and go like, hey,
where should we be?
Our design brief is this, and we need to win. We need to be best in class in this.
Yep.
And it seems to me Perodua is not best in class in anything except for maybe performance, which I don't think is a big deal for this segment.
Exactly. Even performance, right? There's so many other options out there. And okay, here's the thing. I think I want to jump straight to, okay, what was the objective of this QVE in the first place? Because I want to say my point of view on this. To me, it seems that the QVE is designed by non-EV people for EV haters. And let me explain why. Because the things that they're highlighting, right? Like, okay, the battery leasing, right? The things they're highlighting, right? Oh, this car has better resale value. This one will take care of the battery. We guarantee the health of your battery. You can swap it in 30 minutes. It's like, wait, it looks to me like when they design a car, okay, let's look at Facebook and let's see what people are talking about EVs.
Yeah, what are the netizens saying about the EVs?
Yeah.
And let's solve that problem.
Yeah, and so netizens said, oh, battery EV perlu tukar every 2-3 years. Okay, let's make the battery replaceable.
Half an hour.
Yeah, in half an hour. And then, okay, EV no resale value. Okay, we're going to guarantee the resale value. And then say, oh, EVs are polluting. Okay, we're going to
Protect the environment.
Protect the environment. We're going to be super green. We're going to make sure we dispose it properly because other brands don't care about the environment. Only we do. So how do that? We do battery leasing. So you never own a battery. It's on or it's everything on us.
It's our risk.
It's our risk. We take the responsibility of the battery. You don't buy the battery. You just pay rental. We tanggong the battery.
It's dumb though.
And then it's like, why are they making EV batteries such a big? Why are they making?
Why is it such a big deal? So okay, Alex and I, we've driven so many, but we have an EV user group. That in that EV user group now we have almost 800 people.
Yeah.
Nobody complaining about battery problem.
And we have members like Zuriel, if you're watching, hi. So he has a Zoe, right?
Yeah.
Which is 10 years old, right? He doesn't change his battery. The battery is still like 80% SOH.
Yeah.
So why is, and then now we can see right now, right? EV batteries, right, are so good because of better battery management system, better manufacturing process, that EV batteries is the last thing you need to worry about. It will actually outlast the most of parts of the car. I think other things in the car will go wrong first before the battery because the battery can really last. And then we've seen data, even like
We have data. I wanted to say we have data.
we have data. Even like Tesla also said that a lot of the vehicles that have crossed over 200,000 miles still maintain more than 80% SOH. So it shows that the current battery technology is so good. It's enough. It can really, the battery is no longer an issue as what people claim to be. But product coming here,
it is a problem.
It's a problem. We're going to solve it. We're going to create a solution for the problem that's not really a problem right now.
Yeah, resale value is also a problem. So I wanted to say we have the data because we did our EV battery health check. We've tested Volvos, BMWs, BYDs, Cherries, Omodas, Nettas.
Yeah.
And we noticed that cars can do 70,000 kilometers and still have 100% battery SOH.
Yeah, like mine especially. And then a lot of BYDs also more than 95% SOH as well. Yeah, so it shows that battery do last. I mean, the degradation do happen, yes, but it's not as fast as people think. Because if you listen to online experts, you need to change the battery every 2-3 years. Okay, even if that's true, even if you need to change the battery within 2-3 years, if the battery does degrade, existing EVs do offer warranties up to 8 years, and they replace your battery 1-to-1 if the state of health drops below 70%.
Yes.
So, what's the deal?
What's the big problem, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to say, it's like, even if the battery is a problem, is it worth for you to pay 30, for you to I mean, you're paying the leasing. That's 30,000 ringgit that is, you're paying and it's not yours.
Yeah, it's not yours.
I don't understand. What's the and after 9 years, right? I think we talked about this. Right? After 9 years, maybe there could be an EMAS 8.
Yep.
That will have solid state battery, 1,000 kilometers of range, charging in 5 minutes. How can Perodua guarantee that after 9 years that they are able to maintain the price of this QVE?
Okay.
Why would they take that risk?
Yeah, and also going back to that, so I think it's a lot of misconception online about the leasing. So okay, for those, just recap again, the leasing costs 275 ringgit a year. You need to sign a 9-year contract. So even if your car loan is 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, the battery leasing is for 9 years.
There's no shorter tenure.
There's no shorter tenure. So you pay for 9 years, and after 9 years, you don't need to pay anything. So if you want to continue using your QEV, no problem. You can continue. You can stop after 9 years, unless you change the battery. If you, let's say, for example, on the 8-year, right, if something goes wrong, let's say the battery. Okay, here's the thing. Product guarantees the health of the battery, but they will only replace it if the state of health drops below 70%, which is similar to other.
Just a standard warranty coverage for all other brands that don't pay leasing.
Yeah, exactly, 70%. So we thought that, guarantee. Does it mean that if the battery health drops to like 90%, I can stop battery?
Yeah. If I look at the battery, I don't like it. Say, hey, Perodua, I want you to change this battery.
Yeah.
Sure, can, because you paid for it. We'll change it for you.
Yeah.
No.
The according to the terms, it has to be less than 70%. Because initially I thought maybe Perodua just have the communication, or maybe it's rent to own. I assume that maybe it's actually like an installment plan. You
like
pay
a co-way.
Yeah, co-way or installment plan. For example, you rent to own. You pay for 9 years. After the 9 year, the battery is yours. We give you lifetime warranty. Fine. Okay, cool. But it turns out it's not. So if anything happens, if you replace the battery, you have to recontract. And here's another thing.
Yeah.
How they control the resale value is this. If you decide to sell your QVE, the good thing is that, let's say, for example, you sell it in the 5th year. So the new buyer have two choices. They can actually just resume your battery leasing contract for another 4 years. But if they want a new battery, no, I want a new battery. Yes, they can. As I mentioned, restart contract from 9 years. And the way Perodua controls the resale value is apparently you can't sell to your friend
anybody
directly or sell to Custom or Caro. You have to sell back to Perodua POV.
And that's the problem, because for me, what I know is when people buy Perodua and when they're done with it, so like say I have a Perodua, I buy my V, for example, or Atos or whatever lah. Atos pula, Arus. Okay, so then I want to let it go. Usually what Perodua customers will do is they will maybe sell it to their father or sell it to their, hand me down to their sister or whatever. I mean,
pass me down.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, that means Perodua really don't understand their demographics. They don't understand what their customers do and want and what their customers like about the brand, and they're trying to destroy all of that for the sake of this EV. And then they go like, bro, why you want to kutuk? Come on lah, this is Malaysian made, okay, 100%, not rebatch, okay. We all developed this by ourselves, okay.
How dare you insult local talents? This 100% homegrown.
It's quite hot. Can we turn on the AC for a bit?
Yeah.
It's not an excuse, right? So if you're saying that it's locally developed, yes, I am very patriotic and I will support my country, but it's not an excuse to give me this crap and put it on the table and tell me that, bro, come on lah, support local. I mean,
for me, at the end of the day, right, who cares if it's homegrown or not homegrown? It has to make sense. It has to make sense financially. Has to make sense in terms of ownership.
Yeah.
Like, for me, in a way, it's also, like you said, scam, right? It's in a way, it's misleading to say the car is worth 80,000 ringgit and there's no battery.
Yeah.
Imagine what's next. Engine as a service. Okay, I can sell you a 200 over horsepower car for 100,000 ringgit, brand new, but engine is actually leased. How? It's misleading to say that this 80,000 ringgit car.
And then we don't even talk about the cost of charging. So the price for the battery you have to pay is about what, 237 to 280 ringgit, right?
Pre-tax.
280 ringgit, right? With you using charging, right, you can get a lot. In fact, you can, in 4 months, less than 4 months, you can pay for a subscription for Gentari.
Yeah, and then for me, it's like, that's for the battery leasing amount, right? That's someone's fuel and charging allowance every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we mentioned earlier on, right? So most people buy a car, you worry about the installment.
Maintenance.
You worry about maintenance and whatever renewal or tax, and you worry about the refueling. 3 things need to worry.
Yeah.
Now you need to worry another one.
Battery leasing.
Yeah. And here's another thing about the battery leasing. So in the terms, right, they said that the reason why they collect 3 months upfront is so that if anything, they can go buffer. And if you default the battery leasing for 2 months or 3 months, Perodua will deactivate the battery. And another thing is that, being the only car in your household, supposedly, they even restrict the kind of usage you can do. So it's very clearly mentioned that you cannot use it for commercial use, including e-hailing and p-hailing.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. If you do that, you void the contract or warranty.
Well, okay, but to be fair, a lot of cars they have this clause where it's called the high use or high mileage clause. If you go over a certain mileage a month, your warranty is void.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they always have that clause for commercial, and also like if used for like racing all that stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm already paying for the car. I'm paying for the battery. I'm paying for the maintenance. I'm paying for the charging. And Perodua is telling me, oh, I can't do this. I have to sell it back to them.
Yeah.
If I replace the battery, I have to continue. I mean, I really don't see the point of buying this car, to be honest.
For me, at first, right, when they say that they offer the leasing one, right, okay, the good thing I saw potentially is that, okay, this is perhaps the only high voltage battery warranty that has no mileage, unlimited mileage.
Lifetime warranty, they mentioned.
Yeah, because
lifetime.
Obviously, if you keep paying the leasing, it's obviously lifetime, right? Because you're paying for the service, so it's their responsibility to take care of it.
Yeah.
But as we mentioned, the contract is for 9 years. So after 9 years, if you do plan to replace the battery, you got to restart the contract altogether. It's like buying a phone, essentially on contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I buy the phone on contract, I have the option. So let's talk about whether this model is something groundbreaking or not. There are other leasing programs out there. In fact, there's an EV company called Neo. They do leasing. Link & Co does subscription, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, subscription, yes.
And the difference, the biggest major difference is that you don't subscribe to the battery, you don't lease the battery, you subscribe or lease the whole car. The benefit of that is, let's say after 5 years, Link & Co or Neo comes up with let's say I have kids. Let's say when I bought the QV-E, I was single, and then now I'm married, now I have kids, I want to get a bigger car. And Perodua comes up with a bigger car, and they come to me and say, hey, I mean, why not you continue paying whatever you're paying now, don't change, because you've been our customer, you can now upgrade to a bigger car.
Same installment amount or something,
Yeah, and then continue your leasing contract.
Yeah.
That sounds more reasonable, more palatable. Or if I change my mood, suddenly I want a 2-seater car. I mean, by the way, you can. I don't understand. Did they think about this? Did they thought about this? I don't understand why they are trying to make it so complicated, and why focus on the battery and not make the ownership experience easy. I'm trying to rationalize. As Rachel Chow, we try to be pragmatic. We try to be fair. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, are there any challenges that Perodua is facing that's stopping them from making this into a full-on leasing program?
Yeah, because they did it with the Ativa hybrid, right? Because for me, I think that makes more sense, because essentially, like, it's also not new. We also seen that with, Mercedes and GCT Finance, and they give that, guaranteed future value thing. But for this QV-E, we don't see Perodua giving a guaranteed value. Like, let's say if you sell a car after 2 years, what's the guaranteed value?
Yeah.
And for me, I think it's premature to say that this model will kind of offer or guarantee resale value.
Yeah.
Because resale value is not just the battery health, guys. It's like, imagine this. If let's say iPhone 17 Pro, right? If Apple says come out, okay, we're going to give lifetime warranty for the battery. Will they improve the resale value for iPhones? I don't think so.
No.
Because down the line, right, Pure One newer tech.
Features, functions, FSD and whatever.
Yeah, and then let's say for the iPhone, right? Let's say 6G is available. Your old phones are going to lose value because you can't connect 6G or 7G or you have slow Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Similarly to this QV-E, as we mentioned earlier, the DC charging is only 60 kilowatts. It's really slow for today's standard.
Yeah.
Do you think this EV will hold the value with 60 kilowatt DC charging 3 years down the line?
No, once it goes out of the showroom, it already reduces value by 10%.
Yeah, because by then, like we mentioned earlier, right? Because EV's technology evolves so fast. We have faster charging, a new battery tech that can offer more range.
Yeah.
So things will get obsolete very quickly. So it's very premature to guarantee a resale value of a car solely based on the battery health guarantee.
Why does Perodua want to take that risk? Number one. Number two is, how are they rationalizing that risk, right? So we talk about the company spending 800 million ringgit on the development of this car.
Yep.
And they clearly mentioned that this is not a volume car. So how do they rationalize that? On top of that, they have to take all these risks. They have to guarantee the resale value, which they don't have anything in writing in terms of, they don't even have a graph like, okay, resale value prediction, resale value projection. They have nothing.
Yeah, right. So I will buy back your car at this price at this year. None.
Yeah, and then you talk about agility. So even in agility financing, Mercedes-Benz, right, Mercedes gives you two options. If you want the guaranteed value, you can sell to Mercedes and they will buy it at that guaranteed value, or you can sell it outside. If you get a better value outside, why not?
Go ahead and sell outside. Yeah.
So why? I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of smart people in Perodua. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people tell me, Perodua is making bank. They're making a lot of money. That's why 800 million is like nothing that they can spend. I mean, I try to say, okay, if I sit in the Perodua board, and the CEO comes and try to get me to approve this project, I will ask all these questions. Hey, I have people using the car. Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? It seems to me there are two things. It's either they're very ignorant or they're very cocky, that they feel that, hey, it's okay, our brand is well loved, we are the sweetheart of Malaysian automotive, people will buy this car no matter what. I mean, am I wrong in thinking that, or am I delusional?
Well,
what do you think?
Well, looking at the comments online, right? As expected, people are not receiving this battery leasing thing very well, because they find it a bit ridiculous. It just overcomplicates. I think, to me, right, this is a perfect example how to make EV ownership as complicated as possible.
Yes.
Because you know that EV has its own challenges, right? People have concerns about the charging network, people concerned about the range, people concerned about a lot of things about EV. And yet, why are they adding this complexity? They should make it easier. I would say that some people draw comparisons with battery swapping, because initially some people thought that, hey, battery leasing is good, what? Like how China can swap batteries, but it's not. Perodua is not actually offering battery swapping service.
Yeah.
If they did, yes, it makes sense. If you pay 275 per month, it comes with charging included. I think it's a good deal. But you don't get that.
Yeah.
So you had to worry about the battery leasing, and you need to worry about charging. And they didn't emphasize on how they're making EV charging easier for everyone. Yes, we have the P-Circle app, but I think there's not much emphasis. That's quite different from what Proton's doing. Because Proton, yes, they do sell a car.
App, yes.
Yeah. But Proton has one breakthrough, which is
Focus on the ecosystem.
the Proton app, because Proton app is the only platform right now that integrates the most number of CPOs,
90%.
including Shell Recharge. Shell Recharge is even on board.
The most expensive.
Yeah, the fact they can do that is actually quite a big milestone. So I don't know why Perodua is so fixated about the battery than the other things that matter to EV users. So like I said, they're designing for EV haters. I wonder, have they ever consulted with EV owners when developing this product? Because I'm sure they know that range is a concern. And how are you justifying a car that's effectively costs 110,000 ringgit that has an NEDC of 445 kilometers? I don't get it.
It's a sequencing problem to me. So the narrative, right? So when Perodua came out and announced that they're going to do an EV, a lot of people speculated. And I think what Perodua did, and the biggest mistake that they did, was they just rode on that wave. They didn't clarify. They didn't make it better. They didn't try to make it clearer. They just, okay, whatever people are saying, it's positive to us, we'll just ride the wave, and then whether we can deliver or not, it doesn't matter.
And we discussed this as well, right? Like, we all know that leasing, right, is quite an unknown thing in Malaysia.
It's something that people don't like to do in Malaysia.
Yeah, because
in Asian countries, essentially.
I think it works in overseas because the price are competitive big. But if you look at like the leasing programs we saw from like Flux, Go-Car Subscribe, right? The
super expensive.
It's super expensive. It doesn't make sense. Unlike US, you can get like a Tesla for a few $100 per month, which makes sense than buying an actual car.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work here. So Perodua should realize that, you're going to get a lot of pushback from consumers when you talk about leasing. What more? Leasing of battery.
Yeah.
So they should spend more effort on educating why this is better. But I don't see them coming through. They expect, you know what, people are going to love it. Let's just launch and then see what happens.
The people are going to love it because it's Perodua. So I was talking about the sequencing, right? So I'm sure they've already made the decision that, okay, this is going to be battery leasing, because they have to work with the banks and everything much, much earlier than when the product was going to launch.
Yep.
So from there, they can sequence, okay, let's do a infographic. Let's have a website that explains how battery leasing by Perodua is going to work and how is it better than buying. What are the benefits? What are the things? Until today, I don't see that on their website.
Yeah, they should do a comparison like cost ownership with battery, how much?
Yeah.
With battery leasing, how much?
Yeah.
Then you can purely say, oh yeah, this makes sense, but I don't see that.
Yeah, like you said, how does it make sense, right? Show me an infographic. But again, what they did before was riding on the speculation. Now they're riding on speculation as well. So a lot of sympathizers, I don't know whether that's a strong word or not, but there are people who are fans of Perodua. They're going out there and they're just speculating and trying to push what they believe is right, but actually is completely wrong and can be misguiding people who will be paying money to buy this car.
For me, is and then for me, is I think my biggest question is how many people in Perodua staff who actually think, hey, this is a good deal with a straight face. honestly, because after we've seen this in detail, we go through the documents, policies, right? I still cannot understand how this thing makes sense. And like we said, right, EVs, the evolution is so fast. Why, like for example, three years ago, right, a 200 horsepower EV, the Hyundai Kona cost 200,000 ringgit. And then in just less than 2 years, you get in the BYD Dolphin. That costs like almost half the price, 120,000 ringgit.
Yeah. And a car that is 200,000, you get maybe 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
So it has evolved and everybody has to change. But it seems to me like, I don't know, Perodua is, again, this is not, I want to be very clear. We're saying this not because we want to bash Perodua, but Alex and I and Chapri, we've been talking about this the whole week, and we're trying to like really figure out what is Perodua thinking. What do they see? Like, how can we understand? Make us understand what is the benefit of this. So they had that brochure thing, right? So the benefit is what? Lower cost of ownership.
Yeah, but we all know that's a scam because you're hiding the battery price. It's like I can sell you a performance car at a cheaper price because engine is leased separately. That's cheating, lah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, consumers gonna take out of pocket
Yeah.
for a 110,000 ringgit car, right?
Yeah, it's all strings attached.
Yeah.
So it says what does it say? Lower cost of ownership,
battery performance
guaranteed.
I mean that's
that is again misleading because they don't guarantee the battery performance. They're just saying that if something happens, they will swap the battery.
And then the policy is similar to other brands. They only swap the battery if the battery health drops below 70%, which is same as other EV brands.
Yeah, and it says they're worry-free, no stress over battery degradation
or replacement costs.
Okay, so it says lower cost of ownership, battery performance guaranteed, worry-free. And then I think the marketing people or whatever kind of like ran out of idea and they just threw in something generic.
Yeah, and they say, the battery can be replaced in 30 minutes, which is very crucial for EV ownership. Like, who's complaining? Is that really a serious problem of EV owners? Like, the battery replacement take too long, lah.
Yeah.
So Perodua come out with a clever idea. Let's make battery replacement done in 30 minutes.
No. I'm saying about this list of things, right? Yeah. So they said lower cost of ownership, better performance guaranteed, worry-free. So the marketing people ran out of idea, and the fourth key feature, protect the planet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then it said Perodua ensures every battery is responsibly recycled. I'm sure if you talk to any EV brands, they will have like a sort of like a battery afterlife policy.
More EV brands are more committed without even saying it because they have the action. Okay, what are the action? So Perodua building this, right? When they say protect the planet because they guarantee the what? What does it say? Perodua ensures every battery is responsibly recycled. Okay, I want to ask Perodua, are you building a battery recycling plant? Is there a battery recycling program that you're building? Do you have an EV excellence center that you spend your 800 million on? Do you have an EV R&D center at maybe the best EV location in the world, maybe in China or let's say even in the US? What is your commitment in terms of your actions other than this product that you are full on in what you're saying? Protect the environment and all these things.
And it's also worth noting that the battery is from CATL.
It's from China.
Yeah.
So when you say you're locally developed, so let's compare. I don't know. I'm sure you will say that it's not apple to apple, but did you know that Proton has a R&D center in China? Then you're going to say, but Proton is energy. Okay, fair. I think that's fair. But that doesn't discount the fact that why can't Perodua do that? So if they are locally developed, why can't they develop a R&D center in Malaysia and make Malaysia the hub for Asia? Why not do that? I mean, so what I'm trying to say is that I cannot find a compatibility between what the Perodua leaders are saying, what the product that they have, and what we know. And I'm trying to balance because, again, we're trying to be unbiased and we're trying to be fair. But I feel like Perodua is just trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Perodua is trying to just
Fluff it up, isn't it?
pull a quick one, you know, like scam. I mean, scam is a strong word, but I feel scammed, man.
It's misleading. And then another one is better resale value.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, right? The technology evolves so fast, right? I don't know how you're going to guarantee the resale value. Your EV stays valuable, battery guaranteed.
I mean, if I was Perodua, I would say this, right? Okay, let's try to solve the problem. So the problem is battery guarantee, battery degradation. So let's say you and me are Perodua. Battery degradation. What we can do? Okay, no need to do leasing. This is my suggestion, lah. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments, right? No need to do leasing. We do guarantee. So instead of people guaranteeing 8 years, we will guarantee 10 years. Instead of 70%, we will do 80%.
Yeah.
Okay, number one. Number two, range anxiety. Okay, because we know battery is expensive and we cannot sell you a big battery because we want to keep the car price low, we'll give you a 60 kWh battery, which is, I think, is fair. But we will commit to spend our 800 million ringgit on also growing the charging network in Malaysia.
That makes more sense. Yeah. And that actually addresses the concern of range anxiety, not enough range, one shot.
Okay, so on top of that, I add on. Okay, I'll give you the 200 horsepower. What else? What other okay, resale value. So I will commit to give better resale value. We have the option to sell it to us.
And I give you the guaranteed value now, future guaranteed value.
And how? Okay, then I will tell you also how I will commit. So I will commit the resale value by making sure that we will refurbish the batteries in the second-hand car because we're committed to battery recycling.
Yep.
So we'll double-check the battery, refurbish the battery, make sure the battery is good, and sell it at a fair price to people who want to buy EV, but
first time.
So maybe it's lower, like 50,000 ringgit,
Yep.
so that they are continued to have this ease of ownership, worry-free, without the complication.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, yeah,
I just made that up, guys.
Yeah, and like responsible second life products. Right? Yeah. And then it's just another.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I think that'd be better. Those are the key concerns from actual EV owners. Range, not enough EV charging infrastructure.
Yeah.
Those are the real concerns, guys.
Yeah.
Not
So
not how fast I can change the battery.
What are the benefits? The benefits is I don't have to lease.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two is I can buy outright, so I can buy the car cash, and I don't have to worry about a leasing price.
And not just that, you mentioned about the charging, right? You actually help to develop Malaysia's EV charging infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's a core thing which we all need right now.
Yeah. So Perodua has a lot of dealerships. They're not even committing to put chargers at their dealerships.
In fact,
How crazy is that?
in fact, Perodua only has 9 dealerships.
No.
That sell EV.
That are the dealership. Okay, so we talk. Okay, let's clarify. So we talk about the not resale. We talk about the marketing network, the selling, the sales network, right? So at the Sepang test drive, they They projected that the car will, the first phase, this QVE will sell 500 units a month or 300 units a month.
500, yeah.
Okay.
And
Then they're targeting 3,000 units. Again, something that they pulled out from somewhere because there's only 9 dealerships that sell QVE.
Yep.
Compare that to Proton EMAS. I don't have the numbers, but I'm sure it's more than 9.
Yeah, I think it could be 20, 30 already.
No, I think they sent a press release to say that they are the EV network. They are the EV network with the largest dealership network in the country.
Yep.
So for me, why? Because I pulled out from their pages is because that shows commitment. So you're saying you only have 9, and then we asked. I think Chapri asked, why only 9? Oh, because a lot of these dealers don't want to commit to buying spare parts, especially the battery. And all this is recorded, okay? So Perodua can deny saying it, but somebody did say that, the dealers didn't want to commit to stock batteries.
Stock batteries? Why you want to stock batteries?
They don't even stock 12 volts battery, okay?
Then again, like, goes back to my saying, right? It looks like they're focusing on the wrong things. They're focusing on the comments made by the EV haters. Netizens. Oh, battery cepat rosak lah, battery susah nak tukar lah. I can imagine dealers will not commit to keeping a spare battery lying down somewhere.
Okay, first of all, my biggest question is, didn't Perodua say the battery is owned by them? So why must the dealer keep the battery? Why must the dealer buy the battery? So Perodua should just give them the battery lah. Because it says here, what does it say? Guarantee something guarantee.
Yeah. Battery guarantee.
Whatever guarantee. So why I'm annoyed is because our job here at Surgeon Chow is asking questions, and sometimes we ask the hard questions. At the very least, right, what we expect is, people to at least give us the face and do the homework and say, okay, you know what, these guys are here, they're gonna ask the hard questions. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm not gonna just sell you bananas and
Pull a fast one out,
and
yeah.
pull a fast one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you guys, but if I go to briefings, I don't go to a lot, but when I do, and when I start asking questions, and when I can detect that people are pulling a fast one on me, I get super annoyed.
I think all of us do.
Yes, because Alex is busy, I'm busy, and when there's like a really important briefing, we go like, okay, let's make time
for
to
it.
go.
Yeah.
And because this is important.
And then it turns out sometimes like this could be an email.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also another controversy surrounding this battery leasing thing is the Shariah compliance term. What is that all about? I don't know why they need to put that in.
So I don't know, maybe because the people that are financing, maybe the people that are financing the leasing or this project is Shariah compliant, and because it's Shariah compliant,
They need to mention
and because they earn profit or whatever, so they want to make it halal lah. So it cannot be not e-hailing, cannot be used for haram purposes. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like, okay, a lot of people also don't know that. Did you guys know that Malaysian Airlines is not Shariah compliant because they serve liquor on board? In fact, I think Air Asia is more Shariah compliant because they don't have liquor on board. You can't buy liquor on board.
I think they do for international flights, for long haul flights.
Maybe that's Air Asia X. But back to your point, right? Why do they have to make it Shariah compliant? Again,
financing purpose.
I'm a Muslim, I'm a Malaysian, I'm a Malay. Yes, we need to be sensitive about all these things, but at the same time, as a company, I also have to look after everybody. I have to make sense, right?
Yep.
So is it important that we finance this under Sharia? Or because Perodua customers are also non-Muslims and maybe they want to go up Genting and gamble? None of my business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But for me, it's at the end of the day, right? This thing is like behind the scenes. It's like, do you need to really spell it out? I don't know.
No, but
because the way they spell it out sounds like a feature, Because you look at the brochure, right? Shariah compliant terms condition, like.
Oh, it says it there, is it?
Yeah, it says it. But I think, but it could be like you said, could be a requirement for the financing side. Yeah, but how it's being communicated, that's the one that I think they can do better than this.
No, okay, they can split it in, okay, like any finance product is split into two. Whether you want Sharia or whether you want conventional.
Yeah.
So if it comes to me buying the car and the leasing, so I could choose.
Yep.
So why didn't they make it that way? Again, Perodua has been around for so long. I don't want to discredit the CEO, the leaders, everybody. There are, again, a lot of smart people there. And when we're asking all these questions, it's like, how they make this decision? And I'm not saying that, okay, maybe I'm smarter, but hey, I've been in a boardroom. I've been in a corporate setting. You've been in a corporate setting. We know how people make decisions. And these are all asking basic questions.
Yep.
So I don't know, maybe you guys can put it in the comment section. Does this make sense? And without being biased. So if somebody can really tell me that this makes sense, I would go out and say, look, you cracked the code. I was wrong. I've done that before a number of times. But I can't crack this code. I don't know what this is, man. Seriously. And then we were supposed to talk about what? What else we were talking about? So at the end of the day, the biggest question is, if it's your own hard-earned money, would you buy a Perodua even saying the name QV-E is... didn't they even study how to name cars?
I think you make it seem like just call it QV lah.
Like even in app naming conventions, right? You know that it's good to have only 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Like Uber, or one is better, like Grab,
Shopee.
or Shopee.
Or Lazada.
Lazada is 3.
Yeah.
But Lazada is
something it rolls off the tongue.
yeah. This one is like it's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Like you bought a QV-E. There's not even, what is that?
For me, it's okay. Name aside, right? Okay, look at the product. Okay, let's say. Okay.
Would you? So the question was, would you spend your own hard-earned money? So, I don't know. How do we slice it? Okay.
Okay, essentially, let's put it up front first to make it clear. Essentially, this is a 115,000 ringgit car lah. Let's not beat the bush about it.
Wow, that's expensive.
Because
shit.
you cannot say it's 80,000 ringgit car because battery is not included. With the battery included for 9 years, it's about 115,000 ringgit. Essentially, 110,000 ringgit car lah.
So you're gonna pay about 1,000 plus.
Yeah, 1,000 plus a month. And if you look at that price range, right, it's super competitive. I was expecting less than 80,000 ringgit, maybe all in, or maybe an option to buy outright. At least that will put the fight to EMAS 5. I thought they were fighting with EMAS 5, but no, this car is fighting against the EMAS 7, the MG4, the BYD M6, BYD Atto 2, Seal 6, Cherry Armada E5. Even if you want something funky, the iCar V23, they're all about the same price range.
Yeah.
It's super competitive.
No, the biggest competition is themselves.
So if it was me, right? Okay, if I want a car with the most range,
No, not the car with the most range. You as a user,
yes,
what
my only car. Okay.
Okay, people say, okay, Alex, what do you look for in an EV?
Yep.
So you look for efficiency, biggest
Space,
battery,
space,
and some toys. Okay.
Yeah, for me, I'll go for the EMAS 7 Premium. It's going to be slightly more. It's I think 119.
120k. Yeah.
So it's additional like 4,000 ringgit, but you get a bigger car, more powerful, bigger battery, more range, faster AC charging,
More
11
premium
kilowatt.
interior.
Yeah, better speakers, and then faster DC charging.
Yeah, the sound system is ridiculously
Yeah, so
good.
for bang for buck is that. Or if I want something smaller, I can go for an MG4 Lux. That costs 104,000 ringgit, cheaper than the Perodua QV-E. Also has 200 horsepower. 0-100 also 7.5 seconds.
Rear wheel drive.
And then rear wheel drive. Yes, rear wheel drive. Yeah. It has a bigger 64 kilowatt hour NMC battery.
Yeah.
It has 435 kilometers WLTP rated range. It also has 3-phase 11 kilowatt AC and 135 kilowatt DC charger. And this MG4 is not a new car. Yeah, it's like it's already like 2 years old.
Yeah.
And for the price, it's really better than the Perodua QV-E.
Yeah. Yeah. So
even today's outdated. The QV looks outdated already. So I don't know why you want to talk about resale value.
it looks like a thermo edition of a EV6.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of people say it looks like a CHR.
Yeah.
A bit of a
bit lah,
CHR, like especially the what's it called? C pillar. But it looks more of an EV6,
Yeah.
especially on the inside.
Yeah, especially the rotary thing,
yeah.
and then the aircon in middle.
Yeah, that middle shelf thing,
Yes.
and then the aircon vents all look the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
And for me, another concern is if I want to buy an EV, right, I want to get it from a reputable brand.
well,
a brand
Perodua is reputable.
no, in just EV, a brand that has experience making EVs, great EVs,
Made the mistakes
and have the support as well.
Yeah.
I want to buy an EV from an established brand as well.
So if you say established brand, there are probably maybe two: BYD and Proton.
MG4 I would say kind of established because they're EVs.
They committed lah. I would say they're committed. Dealer network not as big.
No, it's big, but as a brand, because they've been making a lot of EVs as well, so they are there as well. And for me, it's like if I want an SUV, I'll go for the Proton EMAS 7 Premium. If I want a hatchback that's powerful, I'll go for the MG4 Lux. And if I want a sedan, I go for the BYD Seal 6.
Okay. For me, I want a EV that has presence. I think I like chunky buttons and stuff like performance. Yes, performance is important to me, but I'm trying to be realistic. At about 120,000 ringgit, you're not gonna get a 5-second car lah.
Yeah. Sounds like this option is not very efficient.
and I like something unique.
Okay.
So 120,000, two options for me. The super efficient one would be the EMAS 7 Premium. I love the sound system. The interior is super good, super plush, super comfortable. I mean, nothing beats it lah for the price.
Damn good value for money.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you have the iCar V23. I love it.
Tell. Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like.
But it's weird lah. You get a 100 kilowatt hour, right? Battery. 80 kilowatt hour battery.
Yeah, that's what I expect. That's 1,2,3,000. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still within that range.
Yeah, 132,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit higher lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a big battery, but the range not that great. But it's fun. I mean, it's special.
I get all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I get chunky interior.
Yeah.
I can camp inside it. It has camping mode, V2L, huge battery.
Yeah.
That modular design where I can customize.
Yeah, it's cool.
And the orange color, ridiculous.
Yeah, it pops. Yeah.
It has like 5 color options.
That's 132,000, man.
and no 132, not 123. Got it the other way around.
The two-wheel drive is 119. The all-wheel drive is 132.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to be fair. Fine, I won't go for the IWD. I will go for the
Two-wheel drive.
RLWD. Still same look, still same modular design. Slightly smaller battery.
Yeah, 50 kilo.
Maybe we would argue it'd be more efficient because it's not all-wheel drive. But I just love the looks.
Yeah.
So, for me, at the end of the day, right? So Jaguar, Perodua is saying that this is locally developed, and what it comes out to me and what it has translated is they becoming Jago Kampung.
But I don't know which kampung will buy it. But honestly, the
no
pricing,
Kampung T20. Okay, come on lah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So so which T20 will buy this?
Yeah, another thing is, if we talk about this, right, about brand, right? Okay, most people who buy Peroduas, right, if they step up, right, if you have 100,000 ringgit to spend on a car, you will step up for other brands. You're going to step up maybe a Perodua. From Perodua, you're going to step up to a Honda or Toyota. Or if you want a value for money big vehicle, then will be a Proton. At least Proton SUVs, they are much bigger, like X70 and all that. Yeah. So, would you buy 100,000 ringgit Perodua? Not me.
Well, okay, then, right, we talked about this, right? So, did they not learn anything from their, not parent company, but their partner company? So, Toyota went through this journey many years ago when they developed Lexus. They paid so much attention to detail to make sure that the Lexus brand is recognized as a luxury brand when it comes back to Japan. So, only after 10 years, Lexus was launched, that Lexus came back to Japan to prove to the Japanese people that, hey, I am luxury. And they had to compete with the Mercedes and BMW of the world. And back then, people were like, oh, I'm not going to buy a luxury Toyota.
Yes.
And they worked so hard. And it seems like Perodua didn't learn anything. Number one, don't sell with the same brand name. Number two, don't sell in the same network because you're going to cannibalize. Cannibalize. People are just going to... Imagine this Perodua salesman, right? Bang. What's the most expensive Perodua? Arus.
No, Arus, the I think the Alza right now, I think.
Sorry, Arus is Toyota. No.
No, it's the
Veloz.
Yeah,
okay,
Veloz, yeah.
So okay, the most expensive Perodua is about 80k, I think.
80k like that, yeah.
So bang, ni beli the EV. Then the fella will go like, don't want lah, I don't have charger lah, this lah. Okay, tak apa lah bang, because I'm a salesperson, I have a target, right?
I just want to close the sale.
Just buy this one lah.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna buy the. So what Proton did was they separated the dealer network.
Yeah, it's a conscious decision to separate it
because they don't want the cannibalization to happen.
Yeah.
On top of that, they grew the dealership network. On top of that, they engaged with their customers. Again, I know you guys must be thinking that, hey, maybe I'm biased towards Proton. No, but I'm just highlighting what the facts are. And to be honest, we go through this critically as well. And it's very little that I can fault with Proton right now. We work very closely with them and I can see that they're very eager. So maybe you can talk about spare parts got problem lah, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't think our user group has complained about that. I'm not sure. So, but with this Perodua thing, this leasing, if I'm a first-time EV buyer and I want to go and I must buy this Perodua because maybe I have 4 Peroduas already, my whole family is using Perodua. Okay, I go there, I'm like, wait a minute, this is completely different from the buying experience I had with all my Peroduas before. You're telling me I have to buy this car 80k, on top of that I have to pay this, on top of that I have to pay this deposit, on top of that this, like, oh my god. You might end up losing that customer. Yeah,
because we said before, right? The transition from ICE to EV is a process. It's not. It requires a mindset change. And you don't want to add another complexity of leasing and what to do with battery and all that.
Make it easy.
Yeah. So why are you putting this unnecessary friction?
Yeah.
It looks to me like they are engineering this to be as complicated as possible. Because why not just keep it easy? One price, done. And then we give you better, best in class, like you said, best in class battery warranty. 70%? No, too low. You deserve better. We give you 80 or 90% extra swap battery. Yeah. And we give you longer warranty. Yeah. That makes more sense because it's homegrown, right? Yeah. We have our own battery center. We can swap repair batteries in-house, for example.
If it can be done in 30 minutes, right? Never mind. We have mobile battery replacement.
Yeah, we come to you.
We have mobile charging, whatever. I mean, I mean, it can be done, and I don't think it's impossible for them to do it. So
Yeah, and then I wish that, because like you said lah, like people always concerned about EV charging network, right? So what are you going to do to solve that problem? Are you going to invest in chargers? Are you going to do like Tesla, and now Proton's starting to become the CPO, right? Are you going to deploy more chargers? Imagine if all Perodua dealers are charging points. I think that would help tremendously.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening as well.
And it's not an Einstein thing to think about that. It's easy, right? So if I'm strategizing this and I'm looking at the rollout plan, I go like, okay, how many dealer networks we have? Okay, we gotta tell our dealer networks all to put chargers there, DC chargers. Or if they kick back and say, oh, the one, okay, never mind, we will subsidize because we want to build the network.
Yeah, or maybe work together with plus the government. Okay, you know what? People are always concerned about charging infrastructure in the highway. We're going to commit 4 charging hubs along the North Side Highway for Perodua owners only, for example. That would be great. Yeah.
So, okay, I want to be fair. What's done is done. Can't change that.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the ball is in Perodua's court. The backlash online is ridiculous. We also see some sympathizers, some... again, I don't want to use the word sympathizer. I think fans and also maybe keyboard warriors supporting them. And that's good. I mean, it's fair. So I want to be fair. I guess for me, the next thing that Perodua can do is prove to us that we're wrong. Or prove to us that, okay, you know what? We hear your feedback. We're going to make this different. We're going to improve on this.
Yep.
The biggest announcement that they can make is, okay, this leasing program, now we have a buy outright option.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Or just rent to own. Because I think the intention just earlier was good. They said that the reason why they separate the leasing out is so that for the bank loan, you only pay interest only for the 80,000. The battery, there's no interest. So if you convert it to rent to own, like after 9 years, the battery is yours. I think that will inspire more confidence. Because at the end of the day, right, if I'm paying something, I want to keep it, right?
But what's the most painful for me is even if I'm not paying the interest, whatever shit, right, I'm still paying that 1,000 ringgit a month. And to a lot of Perodua customers, that's crazy a lot.
Okay, here's another thing that can solve the problem. Because we talk about charging is a concern, right? The 275 ringgit, bundle in some charging credits lah. Yeah, at least you make the experience seamless. Like, okay, when you pay 275 ringgit, you're not just paying for the battery. You're paying for the experience, the ease of charging network. Or it could be use some of that money to give a membership. Like, okay, for all Perodua owners on a P-Circle app, you can get 30% discount on all charging networks. That would be great. Yeah.
So, I mean, what do we know, right? We're just people behind microphones and keyboards. So, well, I mean, it's been fun. Anything else you want to talk about? I think it was a good episode today.
Yeah, I think
we should do more of this.
Yeah.
You think what? Wanted to say something?
Yeah.
I'll give you the what's the word I'm looking for? Your wrap up for this episode. Is there anything else we need to talk about? We covered everything.
Okay, for me is first reaction, I think everyone were a bit surprised that Perodua take this route. Whether it works or not, it all depends on the bookings because I don't see any booking figures. I'm not optimistic, but who knows? Hey, maybe this thing is popular. Maybe they'll get the sales. Maybe they'll deliver 500 units in January. We don't know.
How can it be popular though?
Maybe we're not seeing it. For example,
maybe
right. This works because I think for them is kudos for them for trying something that no brands has tried before. Maybe it works. There's only one way to find out, and Perodua tries it.
Are you trolling or?
No, I'm real. Because we don't know what we don't know, right? So someone needs to do it for first time to find out whether.
But we know a lot.
Yeah, but who knows? They can prove us wrong, right? You say yourself. Yeah. But if this does not work, what will happen? How will they going to recoup back the investment? So the way I see it is they need to rethink the strategy. And for all you know, I think honestly, if you want me to buy this car, it'll be 80,000 ringgit with battery in.
Yes, that's one. I agree. To be honest, I'm not worried about Perodua. They have a lot of money. My concern is the people that actually believed in the hype, believed in the promise, believed in the salesman. So you shared to me a video. I think that salesman also put in some misinformation. I don't know whether it's intentionally or misunderstood the thing. And people believe everything they see on social media, right? So it's going to be the pakcik, the makcik, the dad, the mom that bought this car thinking that this is what they expect in a Perodua. And I believe they will be severely disappointed. And that's my
concern. Yeah,
concern. You talk about Shariah compliant and everything like that. This is your amanah. This is
the trust.
your trust, and I think you're gonna break the trust of a lot of people that believed in you. That's what I feel.
Yep.
On that note, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we will commit. I think we'll commit. Okay, we'll commit to make this a weekly thing.
Weekly?
Yeah, it's supposed to be weekly, right? Our
Yeah.
producer is at the back there, so she will maybe whip some rotan and tell us to do this every week.
Okay.
I know because a lot of people are now listening to podcasts, and I know because a lot of people coming to us and say, hey, I listen to your podcast and this, and it's quite sayang lah that we
Yep.
haven't continued because there's so many things that so many things happen that should be
Discussed further.
talked about
Yep.
in talk about blah.
Yep.
In talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you listen to us on podcast, give us a 5-star rating. That helps the show. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And of course, most importantly, I want to hear your comments, feedback, and thoughts on what we talked about today. What about the QVE? Would you get the QVE? And what do you think? All right, this is me, Amin.
And this Alex.
Catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.